What's good, everyone? RFG is here, and this video is going to be going into further detail, basically debunking the whole flat earth doctrine, completely destroying and eradicating the whole idea of the flat earth theory. I'm going to be joining SETI and Young Pharaoh in regard to the videos that they're putting out. So around the same time SETI drops his flat earth debunking video, I'm getting ready to put these nails in this psyop, okay? Nails that will never be able to be removed, okay? So I'm about to show you guys this quick summary and this quick video, which is a simulation of basically what we would see on the flat earth surface, okay? So pay very close attention. I want you to look at the motion of the sun and the motion of the moon. Okay. A lot of people are talking about ships moving past the vanishing point over the ocean. If that's the case, and we can pick up those ships with a telescope, we would be able to pick up the light coming from the sun through telescope. We would literally be able to get at a point of elevation, not even really a point of elevation, but on a clear day, we should look through a telescope and see the sun shining over a whole nother country, ladies and gentlemen, okay? If we can do the same things with ships over the horizon, we should be able to pick up the sun's light through telescope. This is also the sun's motion, what it would look like on a flat earth, on your flat earth model. Okay? There will be no sunset or sunrise on the flat earth model. All we would see is the ball of the sun appearing at the horizon, but it wouldn't be moving vertically. It would be moving at us, okay, at a certain rate, getting bigger and bigger and bigger as it came closer to us, and then it would get smaller and smaller and smaller as it went over to another country or continent. Okay? We would never see the sun's image take a downward motion. Look at this. Okay, I want you guys to look at this. Look at this. If the moon was orbiting a flat plane, this person right here in North America would be able to look up at the moon and see this light side of the moon. And then this person here in South America or Chile would be able to look up at the sky and see a whole different side of the moon, see the complete dark side of the moon, the complete shaded side of the moon. This person right here in Africa would be able to see the other shaded side of the moon. So right here from this perspective on a flat earth model, a person in America, the other person in South America, the other person in Africa should all be seeing three different sides of the moon. All three of these people in these three continents are supposed to be seeing all three different sides of the moon, ladies and gentlemen. And we know that this is baloney bullshit. This is baloney bullshit because there has only been one side of the moon that has been visible on the surface of our earth. That has only been one side. And why is that? That is because the moon is orbiting an object with curvature, ladies and gentlemen, okay? This is also why there is a circular shadow casted on the moon that can only be done if the if the earth was spherical, okay? That's the only way you can get a circular shadow on the moon is if it's orbiting something with curvature, okay? So like I said, The observer in Africa, the observer in North America, and the observer in South America are looking at the moon from three totally different perspectives. So we're supposed to be seeing three totally different sides of the moon when we're at different locations on the flat plane, and we do not see that. We do not see that, ladies and gentlemen. You know why? Because we are not on a flat plane. We are on an object with curvature. Okay? So let's keep that moving. Let's keep it moving. I mean, look at how ridiculous this is. Look. This is what we would see, people. We would see all different sides of the moon from different perspectives on different continents. And we all know only one side of the moon in history has been shown to us on the surface of the earth. Also, the moon has craters. The moon has craters on it, okay, circular craters, which is forensic evidence that the moon was hit with spherical objects. An object as big as the moon can only have impact craters on it if it was hit with spherical objects. Plain and simple. And those spherical objects were spherical asteroids, were asteroids that were spheroid in shape. Okay? There is no sunset. There is no moonset or moonrise or moonset on your flat earth model. Here's the proof. Right in front of your faces. Look. There is no vanishing point. There is no sunrise. There is no sunset on your play school, preschool, caveman flat earth model. Sorry. Okay? So that sums up that video. So now we're going to get into these other activities that basically completely debunk the whole flat earth doctrine. One of these is something called a Mercury transit. A Mercury transit. Everybody go research a Mercury transit. It happens only 1 week out of the year. It is when the image of Mercury comes in between the Earth and the Sun, and this only happens for 1 week out of the year. Okay? It's called a Mercury transit. It's when the image of Mercury comes in between the Sun and the Earth. Okay? There's also something called a Venus transit. And it happens only 1 week out of the year. Okay? It is when the image of Venus comes in between the Sun and the Earth for 1 week out of the year. Okay? You see that circular dot? That is Venus, the image of Venus coming in between the Sun's image and Earth. So if this flat Earth is really true, okay, and this is your flat Earth model, that means that the planet Venus and Mercury are supposed to only be 1,000 miles away from the Earth's surface. We would be able to see Mercury and Venus on every continent every day of the goddamn year. Okay? Because according to the Mercury and Venus transits, that's when the image of Mercury and Venus come in between the Earth and the Sun. Now, if this flat Earth model is correct, that means that Venus and Mercury have to be only 500 miles to 1,000 miles away from the Earth's surface. And we all know that that is completely asinine bullshit, because if that was the case, the image of Mercury and Venus would be seen every goddamn day on the quote-unquote flat plane. Okay, let's keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. we have something called the, what is this? The Coriolis effect? No, it's not the Coriolis effect. Yeah, this is the Coriolis effect. This is the Coriolis effect. Ladies and gentlemen, the hurricanes and cyclones in the southern hemisphere rotate in the completely opposite direction of the hurricanes and cyclones in the northern hemisphere. Okay? The hurricanes and cyclones in the northern hemisphere rotate in the completely opposite direction as the hurricanes and cyclones in the southern hemisphere. So right here it says, because of the Coriolis effect, these storms rotate counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere and clockwise, and the storms in the southern hemisphere rotate clockwise. Okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this cannot happen on your flat earth model. Okay? And this is why, according to your flat earth model, the sun and moon are orbiting around a flat, motionless plane going east to west. So if the sun and moon are orbiting in the same direction around a flat, motionless plane going east to west, all of your wind currents on the planet have to be blowing in the same direction. Okay? This is not emotion that you are hearing from me. This is not emotion. This is forensic fact. This is forensic fact. Okay? A lot of flat earthers, you know what I'm saying? They like to throw bullshit names out there. They like to go after your character. They like to get all emotional. This is fact. Okay? This is fact. If we're sitting on a flat, motionless plane and we have the sun, moon, and stars all rotating in the same direction, all of your wind currents, all of your cyclones and hurricanes would be moving in the same goddamn direction. That is a fact. Okay? Plain and simple, but that is not what we see. That is not what happens on Earth. We have the major wind currents in the northern hemisphere blowing in the completely opposite direction of the wind currents in the southern hemisphere. And ladies and gentlemen, that works perfectly on the globe model. That works perfectly on the globe model. Plain and simple. The currents of wind that are blowing from east to west are coming from the moon. Okay? So when the wind on the earth and the hurricanes and cyclones go in this direction from east to west, that is because of the moon's orbit. That is because of the moon's orbit. That is the moon magnetizing the earth's wind currents, okay, to go in the moon's direction. Then the earth's movement, okay, going in the opposite direction of the moon's orbit, sends the wind currents in the opposite direction, sends the wind currents from west to east. Okay? That is how you get the Coriolis effect. That is why you have two major wind currents on the earth blowing in opposite directions in opposite hemispheres. Northern and southern hemispheres. This is also another complete nail in the coffin for the goddamn flat earth psyop. Shout out to Brett Carr 2001. Ladies and gentlemen, go subscribe to Brett Carr 2001. This dude has groundbreaking information regarding genetic splicing. He's also debunking the flat earth psyop as well. This brother is putting everything on the line and just dropping jewels. Okay, completely debunking the flat earth. On Brett Carr 2001's video, this is the title of it. Okay, he shows Master Naba. This individual right here has direct blood lineage to the Dogon tribe. His name is Master Naba. He goes into direct detail on how the Kemites, the people in Kemet, showed the Greeks that the earth was not flat and that the earth was a spinning globe. Okay? Once again, his name is Master Naba of the Dogon tribe. He goes into direct detail on how the Nubians in Egypt, in Kemet, showed the Greeks that the earth was not flat. It had curvature and it was in motion. Okay? So who are you going to believe? Who are you going to believe, ladies and gentlemen? Are you going to believe all these ass clowns promoting this nonsense? Or are you going to believe Master Naba, who is a master teacher from the Dogon tribe and who has direct blood lineage to the people who built the goddamn pyramids? Okay? You going to believe somebody who's related to the people who built the pyramids? Or are you going to believe some goddamn government agents? Who are you going to believe? Just look up Master Naba of the Dogon tribe. So all of this bullshit about the ancestors and the ancestors and the ancestors talking about a flat earth, that's nothing but buffoonery and fuckery and lies. Plain and simple. Okay? So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Ooh, what do we have here? What do we have here? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if all of you are aware of this, but there was a time in Europe, okay, called the Dark Ages. There was a time in Europe called the Dark Ages. And during the Dark Ages, most of the people, okay, in Europe believed that the earth was flat, okay? And after the Moors got kicked out of Europe in 1491, there was a situation going on in Europe where if you were claiming the earth to be a globe, you were put to death by the Catholic Church. Go look it up. Go look it up, God damn it. Go look it up. So that means the only people who were being crucified and being persecuted were the globe earthers. Were the globe earthers, not the flat earthers. The flat earthers showed their loyalty and their devotion to the corrupt Catholic Church that was controlled by the Vatican. Okay? So the only people who are being persecuted by the Catholic Church, by the disgusting, corrupt-ass, pedophilic Catholic Church, the people who are being persecuted by them were the globe earthers, ladies and gentlemen. After 350 years, Vatican says Galileo was right. Ladies and gentlemen, Galileo was a Italian astronomer who had direct Moorish lineage, like most of the white people in Italy, okay, had direct lineage to the goddamn Moors, okay? So that was his DNA. That was Galileo's DNA, his melanin inside of him waking up saying, hey, this shit that we're learning in this Bible, it doesn't match up. It doesn't link up to what I see in the sky. It doesn't link up. So let's listen to this story. More than 350 years after the Roman Catholic Church condemned Galileo, Pope John II is poised to rectify one of the church's most infamous wrongs: the persecution of the Italian astronomer and physicist for proving the earth moves around the sun. With a formal statement at the Pontifical Academy of Sciences on Saturday, Vatican officials said Pope will formally close a 13-year investigation into the church's condemnation of Galileo in 1633. Ladies and gentlemen, so that means after the Moors were kicked out of Europe in 1491, it was still being taught by the Vatican in Europe that the goddamn earth was flat, and anybody going against it was goddamn put to death, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? The condemnation, which forced the astronomer and physicist to recant his discoveries, led to Galileo's house arrest for 8 years before his death in 1642 at the age of 77. Ladies and gentlemen, for Galileo stating that the earth was a globe, the homosexual Roman Catholic Church, the pedophilic Roman Catholic Church, put Galileo on house arrest for 8 goddamn years for going against the Bible, for going against the Ooga Aga caveman flat earth model. He was put under house arrest for 8 years. So wait a second. We know that the government wants to keep the truth from us, and the church is directly linked to the government. So if the flat earth was the truth, why would the Roman Catholic Church be feeding that to us? And why would they be punishing and murdering people who are calling the earth a globe? They put a globe earther in jail for 8 years, house arrest for 8 years, okay, which led to his death. Show me one. I want just one flat earther out there, just one flat brainer out there. Show me one flat earther who was persecuted by the government and who was assassinated. Show me one. If this flat earth information is so profound and so mind-boggling, and the government is trying so hard to keep it secret and to keep it out of our hands, show me one flat earther who was put to death by the government. Sorry, but you won't be able to find it. Okay, let's continue with more nails. Like I said, during the Crusades, the Roman Catholic Church spread their doctrine. If the people didn't worship Serapis Christus, aka Jesus Christ, they were beheaded. They were put to goddamn death. They were put to death. Okay? And in that Bible was the goddamn flat earth doctrine. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Okay? Your flat earth doctrine comes straight from the goddamn Roman Catholic Vatican Church. Okay? So all you people who got sucked into the flat earth belief, to the flat earth psyop, you got sucked in to another goddamn religion. You know why you got sucked into another religion? Because your thesis and your foundation is built off of a belief. It's not built off of facts. It's not built off of facts. Plain and simple. It's built off of belief. So the flat earth is just another cult/religion. Plain and simple. Another thing I want to touch on is this lady who came after the General SETI and said because he doesn't accept the flat earth doctrine, okay, she called SETI a Yeti. She said SETI the Yeti, okay, which is basically calling SETI a monkey. But, you know, don't be surprised, people. Don't be surprised, people. The KKK, the Zionist Jews that run the Vatican, they're all racist too. They're all racist Caucasoids who are dumb as fuck and don't know any better than to think that the earth is flat. Okay? This lady right here, this is her YouTube name. She called SETI a Yeti. Okay? Well, I got word for you. I got word for you, Rusted Soul. Yeah, you goddamn right. She picked the perfect name. She picked the perfect name, Rusted Soul. Ladies and gentlemen, her name is Rusted Soul. Yeah, you fucking ass clown. You damn right you got a rusted soul. You know why you got a rusted soul? Because the DNA, the Neanderthal DNA you have in you, causes your pineal gland in your brain to be naturally calcified. So your pineal gland is naturally calcified, and we call natural calcification, we call that rusted. We call that rusted. Rusted soul, you goddamn right you got a rusted soul. Your pineal gland is calcified, completely calcified, because SETI doesn't have any Yeti DNA in him. SETI doesn't have any Neanderthal caveman monkey DNA in him. Your ancestors do, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Anybody who follows this lady is a complete moron and an ass clown. and your pineal gland is calcified if you choose to follow this lady. Okay? Miss Rusted Soul, while your ancestors were in the caves, okay, hunting and gathering and eating raw flesh and thinking the goddamn earth was flat, the Dogon and our Kemetic ancestors already had the universe mapped out, had the galaxy mapped out, had several solar systems mapped out. Right here you got Potolo, which is Sirius B. You got Sigitolo, which is Sirius A. You got Sigitolo. You got Sigitolo, which is Sirius C. Or no, you got Imiyatolo. Imiyatolo, Sirius C. Sigitolo, Sirius A. And then Potolo is Sirius B. Okay? Nyontolo is where the gods come from. It's where the Anunnaki and the Elohims originate from. It is a planet orbiting around Imiyatolo, which is Sirius C. Okay? Right here in front of your faces. So, Miss Rusted Soul, you goddamn right, you got a rusted soul. You got a fucking calcified ass pineal gland. Okay? That's why I call the flat earth theory the Ooga Aga theory. Y'all need to change y'all motherfucking names to the Ooga Aga theory. Because the only motherfuckers who thought this to be true at a period in time was the motherfucking cavemen. Okay? Plain and simple. Plain and fucking simple. My ancestors had the whole universe mapped out, the whole Milky Way galaxy, certain solar systems, and this solar system mapped out to a T, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So this flat earth theory needs to be known as the fucking caveman theory. The Ooga Booga Aga theory. Because when you believe that shit, that's where your consciousness just shifted back to. Your consciousness just shifted back to caveman consciousness. Okay? Also, these images that have been posted by mainstream flat earthers are CGIs. They're CGIs just like NASA's. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if these images were not CGI, I want one flat earther out there to show me just one picture. Just one goddamn picture of this image right here of all 7 continents flattened out. Until you flat earthers, until you flat brainers can come out with a picture with all 7 continents flattened out, surrounded by the ice ring, until you can bring me that picture, you are a religious nutcrack who fell for a goddamn government psyop. Okay? So until you bring me that picture of all 7 continents flattened out with the ice ring, you are an ass clown. And you fell back to caveman consciousness. Plain and simple. Okay? Let's continue to debunk the shit out of this flat earth. Okay? So, flat earthers, you know that there's sightings of a second sun on multiple continents in the past 5 to 6 years. You know that, right? You know that there's people taking these pictures and posting them on the internet of the second sun coming back, right? You know our ancient Kemetic ancestors had two sun gods. Had two sun gods, not one, but 2. They had Horus, who was responsible for coming across our horizon due to the rotation of the earth. Horus was the sun that we saw every day. Ra was the sun god that brought the rage and caused the magnetic pole shift every 13,000 years. Ra came back. This is why our ancient ancestors had 2 sun gods. This is why after Egypt got taken over by the Greeks merged Ra with Horus and created Ra Harakti. The Greeks created Ra Harakti because they didn't understand. The Greeks didn't understand that most star systems in this galaxy are binary star systems. They didn't understand that. The Greeks didn't understand duality. The Greeks didn't understand the significance and the energy of the atom, of the sphere. They didn't understand the as above, so below with the universe and the significance of the sphere. All life started with the sphere. All life in the universe started with the sphere. The spherical neutrinos that came together and created the spherical atom. Then the spherical atoms came together and created the spherical molecules. Then the spherical molecules came together and created either a spherical sand particle or a spherical water drop. The basic form of water is a sphere. The basic form of sand is a sphere. Any other metallic object, the basic structure of it is a sphere. Then those spherical sand particles came together and created spheroid rocks. Then those spheroid rocks came together, created spheroid asteroids. Then the spheroid asteroids came together and created spherical moons. Then the spherical moons came together and created goddamn spherical planets. I can look through the telescope. I can look through an amateur telescope that only costs $300 to $500, and I could see Mercury, I could see Venus, I could see Mars, I could see Jupiter, I could see Saturn with a $300 to $500 telescope. I can also see the moons orbiting around Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, which are all spherical, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? So why in the fuck would the Creator create everything in this visible universe as a sphere except for the Earth? I'll let you flat brainers think about that one. But as far as I see it, this is a goddamn knockout for against flat Earth. Yo, flat Earth. Yo, flat Earth. Come on, man. You gotta hang in there, flat Earth. Hang in there. Oh, flat Earth, keep your guard up. Oh, flat Earth. Oh, no. Get up. Get up, flat Earth. Get up, flat Earth. Can you get up? Flat Earth. Oh, God. Get up, flat Earth. Flat Earth, can you get up? He's out. Flat Earth is out, ladies and gentlemen. It's done. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG movement and Atlantean movement. Like, subscribe, share this video. It's the Chosen One, man. I'm out.